Hold your ears, folks. It's showtime.
It's showtime.
All right, showtime.
Showtime.
It's showtime.
It's showtime.
Showtime. Let's bring it in. It's showtime, right?
Hurry up.
Broadcasting live from the K-Best Studios in the Spring City. It's the morning show you wake up to hear. Gooney in the Morning with Gooney
It's hard to think of words in the morning.
and Heather.
And I'm dyslexic and ADD.
Yeah.
Whoa.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That escalated quickly.
Are you ready?
I seem crazy, what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy, clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Gooney in the Morning on KBST AM and FM. It is Tuesday, July 22nd, 6:24 here at the K-Best Studios. Gooney here with you this morning, getting you up and on your way to work. We got Charles Sagona with us today.
What's going on?
It's Tuesday. Heather's in the house.
Hey, guys.
Whoa, what's happening? Well, guys, yesterday I did my first set of workouts.
How'd that go?
Terrible. I was going to die. I hated gravity when I got out of that swimming pool.
So you started off on swimming.
Yeah, I started off on swimming. I found this program that it's like a training program for new triathlon athletes and stuff like that. And the first day was to do 4 sets of 50 meters in the pool. And 50 meters doesn't sound like a lot until you're in that pool.
That's what, 150 feet?
Something like that. It's a ways. It's a ways. Like at the Y pool, it's down there and back.
Okay.
Is the trip. And like I got in the pool and I was like, all right, I'm kind of stretching a little bit. I took off swimming. About halfway down there, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna die. I get down there just one time and I have to stop. I'm like, wow, 25 meters and I'm done.
Yeah. Now to bring all our 6 o'clockers up to speed, yesterday in the 7 o'clock hour, you were challenged.
I was. Craig Ferguson stopped in. You can go back and watch it. Go to kbestmedia.com, click on the YouTube tab, and you can watch yesterday's show and check out what happened. He walked straight into KBest Studios, called me out to do the Comanche Warrior Triathlon that's coming up September 6th.
He said you were crawfishing.
Yeah.
I like that term.
And I was trying to back out of it every chance that I got, but he called me out, and we actually, I guess, put some money on the table and put some charities up, and I said that I would help support the YMCA. He's going to help support Isaiah 58. We're going to try to raise some money at the same time, and then whoever loses has to pay the other's charity, which that should be fun.
Yeah, and you already have some backers.
Yeah, I've already got Caleb Hill has already said that he'd donate some money. Mike Richardson from Parks Agency, he said that he'd donate to both causes, to both of us, help us both out. So that's fun. I need a bike, though.
You need a bike.
Today is I got to do 15 minutes solid on the bike just to start out.
But you can find you a nice
jump on a stationary
That's
bike.
what I'm going to do. I get to go to the Y. They're going to sponsor me for this, so I'm going to go down there and jump on that bike. But I'd still need a bike, though, because that's here in a couple weeks, it goes more than just 15 minutes.
What kind of bike do you need? I'm assuming you're not going to be riding a Huffy.
No, not going to be on a Huffy.
Like you're going to be riding a Schwinn.
Like a mountain bike.
A Mongoose. With those big tires on them. Have you seen them at Walmart?
Yeah.
They're huge.
Those things are huge.
You need the bike with the big seat to get comfortable for that long ride.
See, my mom has this bike, and she tried to give it to me yesterday. She pulls it out from behind the house. She's like, here, use this one right here. This is my bike. First off, it's purple, which that's not a bad deal. I mean, I don't mind riding a purple bike. Secondly, the seat on it's about this big. Like,
hey, that's
huge,
perfect.
She was like, well, the other seat was hurting, so I bought this one. I'm like, Mom, that seat goes in a Chevy. Like, where did you get that thing from?
It's a saddle.
But that's not the bad part of the bike. The bad part of the bike is I walk over on the side where like the chain and everything is, and everything that was metal on this bike is now rusted. Like the chain is just frozen in place, like won't even move to
It's been a
go
while
back.
since you rode it.
Yeah, like, and she was like, "This thing's brand new. I've only rode it like once." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's sat outside for the past 10 years." Like,
Speaking of bikes, and I know almost everybody in Big Spring has seen this bike, but I'm still amazed. Don't even know what it's for. When you walk through Walmart, there's a bike with a tire like this
The
big.
mongoose, yeah, and it's all lowered.
yeah,
That's what you need, Gooney.
I don't.
Bet you those tires weigh like 30 pounds each.
Probably that'd be terrible.
Can you do
Oh,
one of
man.
those like giant big wheels?
That'd be awesome.
That would be really
See, like
cool.
I don't know where it was, but because I've been reading a lot of articles on triathlons, I'm hoping that the more educated I am, the better I'll do physically. That's not going to happen.
You
got
got to prepare yourself mentally before you can prepare yourself.
What's your
physically.
goal
But
right
some
now?
of them do that with the big trikes where they get to sit down and do it, but
Yeah.
those are expensive. My goal is to finish the triathlon.
Okay, so you
that's
finish it.
Yeah, like I would love to be real competitive and say that I'm going to beat Craig, but he's done this before several times. And even though he's a little older than I am, he's a lot more in shape. So I'm not gonna.
What's Craig's
just wanna
time? Do you
finish.
know?
I don't know. I'll have to look that up. I still got to do that and check it out and see what his time is. But we'll do that because you can go online and you can actually go to the website and it shows you all the times from the previous year. So.
All right, well, we got a great show planned for you, and Alex has news on that breaking news event that happened at near 15th and Douglas this morning. Tons of cops showed up. There was a bunch of crime scene tape and everything, and they were working on a crime scene, and Alex Huddleston will have those details coming up on KBST News.
Good job,
Nice.
Alex.
And we'll also have Free Food Tuesday coming up right here on Gooney in the Morning. We got that news coming up next right here on KBST AM and FM.
You can learn a lot on the sound of Texas, like this from the McDonald Observatory in Fort Davis.
So over at the 107-inch telescope, there is a toilet on the fourth floor. And right outside is a sign that says, "This is the highest point on Texas Highway." That means that the fourth floor toilet is the highest inside plumbing porcelain toilet in the state of Texas.
See? What'd that tell you?
Weekdays at 8:15 a.m. on KBST.
I'm Professor Burke from the University of Farmers, and this is a pop quiz. What's the best way to find out what your auto policy covers? A, smash your car up and see how much your insurance pays, or B, talk to a farmer's agent and see if you have the coverage you want. The answer is B. Please don't attempt A. That's just crazy town.
If you want answers about auto insurance, you want a farmer's agent. We are insurance.
We are farmers.
Your local farmer's agent is Tommy Churchwell, also carrying life, commercial, and oil field at the Churchwell Agency, 2303 Goliad in Big Spring.
With the news you need, when you need it. Howard County's news leader, your K-Best Radio Group News.
Good morning. This is Alex Huddleston with your K-Best Radio Group News for Tuesday, July 22nd. KBST News Time is 6:31 a.m. It is currently 80 degrees here at the KBest Studios. We'll have your full Pinpoint 7 weather forecast coming up in just a moment. But first, earlier this morning, residents of Douglas Street were alarmed when a police chase concluded with an accident in the front yard of a home near Douglas and 15th. Now, early details are scarce. Big Spring Police Department has announced they will have a full press release available later this morning. But at the moment, it's known that the chase was involved between a parole violator who cut off his ankle bracelet and Big Spring Police Department. It's believed this incident has no relation to last week's stabbing, and the parole violator may have possibly been on drugs, maybe even methamphetamine. Big Spring Police Department has not confirmed any of this. Coming up tonight, Big Springs City Council will hold session at the City Council Chambers, 307 East 4th Street. On the agenda, the final reading of the ordinances for the comprehensive plan layout in the North Sector and in the Air Park. An ordinance which will add an extra lieutenant and a deputy chief position to the Big Spring Fire Department, and a resolution which will authorize the City of Big Springs Police Department to enter into an agreement with Glasscock County, Sterling County, and Howard County to form a law enforcement task force. Again, the City Council meeting will take place 5:30 p.m. this evening at City Council Chambers. The humanitarian crisis, which is occurring along the Texas border, continues to escalate. As yesterday, Governor Perry announced that the National Guard is being dispatched to the border.
This is about border security. This is about giving Steve McCraw's personnel at the Department of Public Safety the needed assistance so that they can follow through and stop the criminal activities that are going on there. As the brave men and women of our Border Patrol are pulled away from their law enforcement duties to give humanitarian aid, drug cartels, human traffickers, individual criminals are exploiting this tragedy. This will help combat the brutal Mexican drug cartels that become criminal aliens within our borders.
The General Adjutant of the Texas National Guard, John Nichols, says the deployment of the Guard to the border does not mean that any militarization is occurring.
Technically speaking, if we were asked to, we could detain people, but we're not planning on that. We're planning on referring and deterring. So deterring them with a visible presence and referring any people that we see that we think are illegal immigrants to DPS.
The National Guard can be mobilized by state governors if a declaration of a state of emergency is made. But when the Guard are mobilized by the governor, then Texas is responsible for the cost of their activities. The estimated price tag for patrolling the border with Guardsmen is almost $12 million a month. But Perry has said that he intends to ask the federal government to cover the cost. Also, according to the White House, the numbers of unaccompanied minors coming across the border are dropping. In a daily briefing, the daily average this month was said to be around 200 children lower than last month, an average of 150 per day compared to over 350 per day in June. Later this week, President Obama will host a White House meeting with the presidents of El Salvador, Honduras, and Guatemala to attempt to find a solution to this problem. In obituaries, James Turner, 86, of Big Spring, died Sunday at Parkview Nursing and Rehab. Graveside funeral services are scheduled for 2 p.m. Thursday at West Lawn Cemetery in Borger, Texas. Arrangements are by Myers & Smith Funeral Home. And Nell Marie Coots, 97, of Stanton, died last Thursday in a Stanton nursing home. Funeral services are scheduled for 10 a.m. this morning at the Nally Pickle and Welch Rosewood Chapel, with interment to follow at Mount Olive Memorial Park. KBST News Time is 6:35 a.m. This portion of your news has been brought to you today by Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. We'll return in just a moment with more news, sports, and weather right after this.
Hi, I'm Casey Welch Baker. Do you know how much a funeral costs? If you're like most people, you don't spend a lot of time thinking about it. And if you're like most people, you like to pay the least and get the most. That's where we at Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home and Crematory can help. We offer the best for less. My dad, Tommy Welch, is all about saving families money, and we are all about giving them the very best service. Nally Pickle and Welch, serving the West Texas area for over 80 years.
KBST News Time is 6:36 a.m. Coming up later today, the first of the summer art classes at the Heritage Museum will start. These classes are scheduled to run from July 22nd through the 31st. Ages 8 and up will get to take part in them. All completed art projects from these classes will be put on display at the reception and award ceremony, which will be held Saturday, August 2nd at the Heritage Museum. And don't forget, for Big Spring Independent School District, varsity football season tickets are on sale, and also registration is occurring. As of yesterday, the Records and Registration Office at Goliad Intermediate is registering new students and transfer students, and season tickets for Big Spring High School's varsity football games are on sale at the Athletic Training Center. For more information about those season football tickets, you can contact Kay Cook at 432-264-3662. Speaking of sports, in Major League Baseball, the Texas Rangers had a good night last night as they took down the New York Yankees. Final score 4-2. Tonight they have the second game in their series against the Yankees starting at 6:05 p.m. in Yankee Stadium. You can tune in to the mighty 1490 KBST AM for full coverage this evening. The Houston Astros are starting a new series tonight against the Oakland Athletics in Oakland, California. This is coming on the heels of falling to the White Sox in their last series 2-1. And in minor league baseball, tonight the Midland Rockhounds have the second and third games against Frisco in that series. Yesterday, they fell to Frisco, unfortunately, final score 6-1. Tonight, they're hoping to bounce back and take down Frisco. First game starts at 5 p.m. The second game is a makeup of last month's game. In weather, today's high estimated at 100 degrees, tonight's low 75. Mostly sunny skies for this week, with high temperatures expected to remain in the hundreds, possibly even increasing to the mid-hundreds by the end of this week. No sign of precipitation in the forecast, just clear, sunny, hot days. KBSD News Time is 6:38 a.m. Coming up, we've got more Gooney in the morning. But first, look up and live here on KBST.
Good morning. I'm Ken McIntosh, pastor of First Christian Church, and I'm delighted to be with you on KBST's Look Up and Live. Have you heard the one about the young girl who was watching her mother wash the dishes at the kitchen sink? She noticed that her mother had several strands of white hair sticking out in contrast on her brunette head. And she asked, "Why are some of your hairs white, Mom?" Her mother replies, "Well, every time that you do something wrong and make me unhappy, one of my hairs turns white." The little girl thought about this for a couple of minutes and then asked, "Well, Mama, how come all of Grandma's hairs are white?" Nobody drives us crazy like our own family. But if real love is present, our family is the place to be. Family can be the source of our biggest frustrations, but family can also be our greatest joy. After all, for most of us, home is where we learn about love. We spend a lot more time in our families than we ever will spend time in church. And even if we are receiving no formal religious training at home, home is still the place where most of us learn what it means to love and be loved. When you go to church and hear about the love of God, one reason you're able to understand God's love is because you've been loved at home. Comedians have made fun of dysfunctional families for decades, and one of my favorites is Jeff Foxworthy. And he once said, "The Thanksgiving holiday is all about getting your entire family together under the same roof and hoping the police don't get called." You know, being family often doesn't go smoothly, but in the end, if love is present, your family is the place to be. This is Ken McIntosh inviting you to take a breath as you look up and live.
Better buy from Betty, and you'll get a better buy.
Now, when we say you'll get a better buy at Benny Boyd, we mean it. But what exactly does a better buy mean for you? That's simple. It means Benny Boyd will beat any dealer's price in Texas on a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram. And he'll even deliver it right to your doorstep free of charge.
Ain't no better way to buy it, so don't you even try to make it worth the drive.
That's right. You can buy your new vehicle over the phone at a guaranteed lower price and have it delivered at no extra charge. Choose from over 800 vehicles during our summer clearance event and experience the new 2014 28 MPG Ram 1500 diesel, available at the Benny Boyd Better Price. And that, my friends, is what the Benny Boyd Better Buy is all about. So come see us in La Mesa at 1611 Lubbock Highway.
Better buy from Benny and you'll get a better buy. That's Benny Boyd, y'all.
And then the swamp monster roars through.
Sir, unzip this tent.
Oh, yes, officer, is there something wrong?
Yes, sir, you're in a tent.
What's wrong with that?
Sir, you're in front of McDonald's.
Oh, yeah, the kids and I want to be the first ones to get a delicious big breakfast with hotcakes at McDonald's. Scrambled eggs, a biscuit, sausage patty,
sir,
hash browns, and hotcakes. It's a breakfast for everyone to love.
Sir, can I wait with you?
Price and participation may vary. Life demands our attention. On the way to work, in the office. The only constant is you deserve a break.
Welcome to McDonald's. Would you like to try the new Bacon Clubhouse?
Warm artisan roll, Big Mac special sauce, 100% beef or premium chicken. McDonald's new Bacon Clubhouse, a new breakthrough in break time. Enjoy and get right back out there at participating McDonald's.
welcome back to Gooney in the Morning on KBST AM and FM. It's Tuesday, July 22nd, 6:43 here at the KBS studio. Charles Sagona joining me this morning.
What's going on, Gooney?
Going good, because we got Heather in the house.
Hey, guys.
That's right. As always, there's still tons of stuff going on in the area.
There's always things going on here.
It never ends, man. Like, you cannot say there's nothing to do in Big Spring.
Not at all.
You can't.
As soon as you say that, something else starts up, like football season.
Yeah, it's almost
football
there,
tickets. Season tickets for the Steers went on sale yesterday at the ATC.
Yeah.
And they're going to be on sale all the way to August 14th. And to get your tickets, you just go over to the ATC, talk to Kay Cook, and she'll hook you up. They have 4 games for $20.
That's not bad right there at all.
And that's all the home games the Steers are going to play.
Right.
So that's $5 a game. And math works out pretty good.
Yeah, it does. And you can pick those up between 7:30 and 3:30 Monday through Thursday up until August 14th.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And coinciding with football starting, they're doing physicals July 25th. And you must have your physical before you receive your equipment, which kind of cues the next segment in.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Man, we almost had it, Heather. We almost had it.
Hey, I admit to my mistakes. That was horrible. Okay, anyways.
Said it.
Anyways, equipment fitting after your physicals. Seniors will be July 28th from 8 to 4. Juniors, July 29th from 8 to 4. Sophomores are the 30th from 8 to 4. Freshmen are the 31st from 8 to 4. All grades are August 1st from 8 to 4, and there's also all grades August 2nd, 8 to noon. You stop it.
I'm just excited that football's returning.
Dude, it is. The Cowboys and the Texans both start up their training camp Saturday.
The New Orleans Saints start up Thursday.
Do they?
Just in case you're wondering.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
They're over.
You don't care.
They're over in Greenbrier, West Virginia, at the golf course. I don't know why they're at the golf course.
Why are they in West Virginia?
Wow.
They just wanted something different. Yeah.
The weather. See, what's cool is the Cowboys, whenever I was a kid growing up, I wasn't a Cowboys fan, so it wasn't that cool to me, but they used to have their training camp there at Wichita Falls.
Yeah.
Which was where I was born at, and Wichita Falls was like a 30-minute drive from where I grew up. Unfortunately, I wasn't a Cowboys fan, so I never went, but hey.
It was there.
It was there.
Just so you know.
And then they moved because it was way too hot.
It is.
Way too hot.
Now they alternate between Oxnard, California, and here in Texas.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Wouldn't it be cool if they did that for 2-a-days for high school? If you got to go to California, Florida to train for your 2-a-days, that would make it a little bit better.
No, it's supposed to toughen you up,
Yeah,
Johnny.
it is. It is. It does. It does do that. I know
Nothing will toughen you up more than 110 degree heat.
Just think 6 weeks from now you're going to be like a health fitness nut, and you're going to be in
I
shape,
hope
and you're going to be running around trying to make me drink nasty shakes.
Is that what I'm going to be doing? I hope I don't get that far. I hope not.
Because I'm not going to drink them.
What I will be doing is judging another barbecue contest coming up.
Now, this one's going to be tough for you.
Your training.
Yeah, this one is going to be tough because it's right in the middle of all my training. But it'll be fun. This goes down at it's put on by the Men in Black, which Sid Richardson, Carbon and Energy. It's a big, just a cook-off, just a good time down at the Eagles Lodge there at 703 West 3rd. It's going to be August 9th from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. The categories are brisket and beans. There's an entry fee, $20 for brisket, $10 for beans, and the entry forms must be turned in by August 5th. There's going to be tons of stuff going on. Of course, like I said, it'll be 4 p.m. is when you have to get the entry fees turned in. It's going to be tested or judged on taste, appearance, and texture, which I had to go through a little class whenever I was a judge there at Wild Wild West Fest. Like, they actually sit you down for about an hour and a half and teach you how to judge food.
Well, you got to know what you're eating.
Well, I grew up
like you just ate it, and if it was good, it was good.
Exactly. I was always a fat kid. I judged food by going, like, that's awesome.
No, you were a fat kid because you liked everything.
Oh, yeah.
You had no discernible taste.
That's what it was. I just shoved everything down. It didn't matter what it was. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's no gas or electric cookers except for the beans. There's going to be plates given for an $8 donation. Plates include meat, potato salad, beans, bread. There's going to be a DJ there. There's going to be like games and stuff like that. A bean bag toss tournament with the entry fee for $10 per team. That's going to be a lot of fun. For more information on this, you can contact Shane Burt at 466-3508. Of course, all this it's a Relay for Life event that they're doing, so everything's going to the American Cancer Society. That'll be a lot of fun. Again, it's August 9th there at the Eagles Lodge.
Not too far away. That's about, 2.5 weeks?
Yeah, it's coming up, man. I'm just excited. I get to judge again. That's going to be fun.
It's like free barbecue.
I know, right? And we have a little flea market coming up here in town.
Yeah, the North Side Movement is hosting a flea market, and they're inviting everyone to come sell, buy, and trade. They're going to have food booths available, and they have free booth spaces, and some restrictions do apply. And that's going to be August 2nd and 3rd from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. And that's over at...
That's at Andrews Park, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
100 block of Northeast 7th Street in Big Spring. And for more information, you can contact Natty at 466-5363.
Nice. That'll be fun, man. That's something new in Big Spring here.
We're having a bunch of new things. We had a farmer's market last weekend.
Yeah.
And then we have a flea market coming up. So
right.
Moving on up.
Yeah, moving on up.
And I tell you what, I went out to the farmer's market. I was excited. That's one of the things I missed whenever I moved here is the ability to go get fresh vegetables and everything. Now, I will tell you, one of the first things I noticed, when you buy stuff at the supermarket, it looks great.
Right.
But it's just, it's not like...
It's fake. It's
out of the farmer's field, because I'll give you an example. I bought a bag full of bell peppers.
Right.
And so on the way home, I started smelling something. What's that smell? And it was bell pepper.
You could actually smell it.
And you could actually smell it.
Nice.
And so I got home, and I had some bell pepper from the supermarket. And just to test it, I sniffed the bell pepper from the supermarket, and you couldn't smell anything because they put wax coating on everything to kind of keep it from going bad.
Right.
But no, nothing beats fresh.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's amazing. That's something that's really cool. That's come to Big Spring, just like the flea market. That's awesome. There's other things going on.
And there were a lot of people there. So judging from the response, hopefully the Rainies will have another one. And
I'm sure they will. Nancy was real excited about it. She was excited about getting it up and going. And now that it's been successful, I'm sure it's gonna.
I can't imagine now once word's out.
Yeah, exactly.
I got 3 words for you guys.
What's 3 words?
Free block party.
What?
Yeah.
A free block party?
Yeah, there's going to be a block party hosted by East 4th Street Baptist Church.
Nice.
It's going to be at the Old Settlers Pavilion.
I'm going to enunciate.
Oh my gosh.
You can continue.
Okay. It'll be tomorrow, the 23rd.
Oh, okay.
It'll start at 5:30. There's going to be those big inflatable slides, big blow-up houses, free hot dogs, free ice cream, free drinks, free popcorn, and free snow cone.
What time is this going down?
5:30.
Oh, I'm there.
So your 3 words are free, free, free.
Man, see,
pretty much.
I got to stop because I get so excited whenever stuff like this happens. I'm like, I'm going to go give me some hot dogs and ice cream. I can't.
No.
I can't
You know
do
what?
that.
That means no more chicken spaghetti either.
I got to have self-control.
You know what?
Stop.
It is hard being disciplined because
It
food
is.
is so social. And
Yeah.
if everybody would diet all at once, it'd be easier.
Right.
But they don't. Nobody diets when you diet, so you're just kind of isolated on that
If we
island.
had all the women dieting at once, it would be World War III. I'm sorry, you can't do that.
It can't happen, huh?
You can't.
Impossible. Wow.
Oh, I don't want to be a part of that.
And I'm not just talking about the women. I'm just talking about everybody because it's so social.
general.
I mean,
It
you
is.
pretty much can't go out without somebody saying, let's go eat.
Right.
And if you're on a diet, you can go eat, and then you just watch everybody, and that just makes you hungrier.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a salad and cry.
Not good.
I don't need any dressing tonight, waiter. I'm just gonna use my tears. Like that's all I need.
That was awesome.
Just gonna cry in my salad and use the salt from that.
Call it salad. Tear vinaigrette. That is awesome.
Hey, folks, we still got that Free Food Tuesday brought to you by Brenda's Hilltop Cafe coming up soon here on Gooney in the Morning. And we're going to play some numbers game. We're going to do a regular numbers game today, though, right? We're not gonna double it or triple it up.
fine.
That was just way too confusing. And
It was still really cool, though.
It was fun to switch it up a little bit, but yeah, we're gonna do the regular numbers game. So that's coming up, and we also get your birthdays, anniversaries in on our Facebook page, facebook.com/KBest957. We'll be reading those live and on the air, along with your sweetheart of the day when we return with more Gooney in the Morning. We got TSN weather up next on KBST AM and FM.
Mm-hmm.
K-Best Radio, it's time for your West Texas weather report. Moisture brings the threat for more scattered showers and thunderstorms mainly during the afternoon hours in the mountain areas. Otherwise, high deserts, far west Texas, looks like it's going to be sunny and hot. High temperatures today, mid-90s in the mountains, near 100 across the high deserts. Winds will be southeast at 10 to 15. Overnight tonight, 68 higher elevations, mid to upper 70s high deserts. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we continue to heat up. Highs from 94 into the higher terrain to 104 into the high deserts. Pretty low 68 to 76. Weekend weather, this ridge of high pressure remains in place. Morning lows, upper 60s to mid 70s. Highs 93 to 104. Early next week, continued highs led by mid. Next week, we can see a pattern change storms and some cooler temperatures. Staff meteorologist
It's cold, it's fresh, it's nutritious. Milk is the most wholesome berry. I'm proud to be a dairy farmer and work hard to produce delicious dairy foods. I take pride in my commitment to our land, our cows, and it's my passion and way of life. So raise an ice-cold glass of milk and drink up to your health. To learn more about dairy farmers and dairy foods, visit dairymax.org.
Hair by Jose. Big city styles, small town prices. Have you seen Hair by Jose's new studio in downtown Big Spring? Hair by Jose is at 109 East 3rd Street and carries top-of-the-line hair products including TG, Bedhead, and S Factor. Hair by Jose. Big city styles, small town prices. Book an appointment today by calling 714-HAIR. 714-HAIR. See the new location at 109 East 3rd Street in downtown Big Spring. Hair by Jose.
News. I'm Chuck Martin. One Texas county says it doesn't want any border children going to their communities.
Kaufman County commissioners passed a symbolic resolution saying they don't want any Central American children who've illegally crossed into Texas. The resolution was passed after Kaufman County Tea Party Chairman Ray Myers and others appealed to the commissioners, citing concerns to the public.
Regardless of if they're kids or whoever they are, we're just opposed to those people coming in because of the possibility of disease, things of that nature.
The resolution is purely symbolic and carries no legal weight. Joe Gomez, TSN News.
National Guard leaders are drawing up the rules of engagement guardsmen will be guided by in preparation for deployment to the border, while Texas Democrats are nearly universal in lining up against the Guard deployment, calling it a PR stunt staged by the governor. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office says a house has exploded. It happened before dawn about 40 miles north of Houston. Officials trying to determine if anyone was inside and what caused the explosion. He attacked women with his fists, a gun, a knife, and scissors.
60-year-old Russell Robinson Jr. has been sentenced to 99 years in prison for beating and threatening his girlfriend last November. It effectively means Robinson is off the streets for the rest of his life.
Which is a great blessing. And I know that the survivor is much relieved, and we should all be relieved. We know that domestic violence doesn't just happen to the people involved. It's not just a private matter.
Susan Genevine, the executive director of the Genesis Shelter for Battered Women, says Robinson is one of those abusers who doesn't get it and was never dissuaded by hefty sentences given to other abusers. LP Phillips, TSN News.
Closing arguments set for today in former Minnesota Governor Jesse Ventura's defamation lawsuit against the estate of Navy SEAL sniper Chris Kyle. Ventura says Kyle's 2012 best-selling book libeled him in its description of a bar fight in California in 2006. Ventura says never happened. Central Texas schools have added 90,000 students over the past 10 years. E3 Alliance Research and Policy Director Sean Thomas says 2/3 of those are low-income students, and the number of English language learners has doubled.
We've seen increases in graduation rates for low-income students and increases in higher education enrollment rates for low-income students as well.
Texas is near the bottom of the just-released annual Kids Count report, coming in 43rd in child well-being, with more than a quarter of Texas children living below the federal poverty line. In sports, Texas got past the Yankees 4-2 last night in the Bronx. The Astros had the night off. Houston opens a series in Oakland tonight. The Rangers and Yankees play game 2 of their series. This is TSN News.
Hey,
everybody, Rachel Ray here. Nothing brings a bigger smile to my face than cooking up a big meal for the whole family and lots of friends. But there's not enough room at my table for the 17 million kids in our country who struggle with hunger. That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks collects surplus food to give hope to hungry kids. But they can't do it without your help. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
A message from Feeding America and the Ad Council.
This is what it sounds like when your brother gets arrested after school for having coke in his backpack. This is the sound of my fist hitting the wall. The sound of me hating myself for being happy he got caught, because at least for one night he won't be using. And this is what it sounds like when he's back at school, right where he started. 1 year sober.
If you or someone you know is recovering from addiction, share your story with the partnership at drugfree.org, because your story can change someone else's.
A train carrying the remains of many of the victims of last week's Malaysian Airlines crash in eastern Ukraine have arrived in the government-controlled city of Kharkiv. That's where authorities have set up a crash investigation center, while protesters marched on the Russian embassy in Kuala Lumpur today, demanding justice for victims of MH17. The British government is opening a public inquiry into the 2006 death of poisoned ex-Russian spy Alexander Litvinenko. That means investigators can look into whether Russia played a role in Litvinenko's death. Israel says one of its soldiers is missing following a deadly battle in the Gaza Strip. Stock futures are slightly lower now ahead of the opening bell on Wall Street. S&P futures off almost 4 points. Chuck Martin, TSN News.
With news every hour, this is KBST AM and FM, Big Spring.
Here's the latest from ABC News. I'm Daniela Bellotta. The train with Malaysia airline crash victims is now in safe territory in Ukraine.
A Soviet-made locomotive pulled windowless refrigerated boxcars into Kharkiv, where a C-130 waits to transport human remains to the Netherlands. Pro-Russia separatists agreed to let the train go and to turn over the black boxes, though Australian Prime Minister Tony Abbott said the damage was done.
What we have seen is evidence tampering on an industrial scale.
The West believes there is growing evidence Flight 17 was hit by a Russian-supplied missile fired by rebels, but Russia has blamed Ukrainian government forces. Aaron Katersky, ABC News, Kiev.
And accusations of evidence tampering at the site are growing. ABC's Terry Moran is there.
Investigators are on the scene here today. They're taking pictures, making measurements of the wreckage. But one of the international monitors just told me they believe this wreckage has been altered significantly. And they have even seen people over the past couple of days cutting into it with power tools. The next step is to turn over this entire crash scene to a team of international investigators, but it is hard to say, given how much has happened here, just what they can learn.
European leaders are meeting right now to decide how to respond to the shoot-down. Members of the old 9/11 Commission sounding new alarms.
Old terror threats are growing, according to the authors who wrote the original 9/11 report a decade ago. And they have a warning, reporting now that every intelligence figure they re-interviewed fears the U.S. is unprepared for a future cyber attack.
ABC's Ann Compton. Over 600 Palestinians have now been killed in Gaza, but Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says,
while we try to avoid Palestinian civilian dead, Hamas wants Palestinian civilian dead. The more the better. So he can give you telegenic fodder.
More than 24 Israelis have also been killed. Being a cop has become more dangerous. 67 officers were killed in the line of duty nationwide so far this year, a 30% increase compared to last year. This is ABC News.
Do you own a small business? How much do you hate your phone system and those enormous phone bills? Dump them and get Ooma Office, the business phone solution that easily connects to your internet and comes with loads of sweet features like a virtual receptionist to greet callers and direct them to the right extension. Plus, unlimited calling in the U.S. and Canada starting at only $19.99 a month. Look for Ooma Office, that's OOMA, at Amazon, BestBuy.com, or Staples, or visit Ooma.com/office and make your office amazing.
Don't
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number.
Call 877-319-MyTV.
The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. So cancel the cable and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money.
Call 877-319-MyTV.
At just $24.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card.
Call 877-319-MyTV. That's 877-319-MyTV.
Hidden secrets in social media? What you post online could tell employers a lot about you.
Your activity on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram may be seen as a potential negative for future employers. But, says Michael Irwin of Career Builder, there can be positives for job seekers.
Employers now are looking to social media to see how creative are they. Would they be a good fit for the culture?
You can showcase your creativity.
That's really going to make you stand out, and it's going to help you find that job.
A site like Facebook may be used for personal stuff, LinkedIn for jobs and networking.
They're really using that professional one to highlight their abilities, and it's really helping them in the long run.
Richard Davies, ABC News.
Robert Downey Jr. once again #1 on Forbes' list of the top earning actors. He made $75 million over the last 12 months, most of it from starring in Iron Man and The Avengers. Second on the list, Dwayne Johnson. He earned $52 million, mainly from the Fast and Furious franchise. Bradley Cooper, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Chris Hemsworth round out the top 5. Daniela Bellotta, ABC News.
Elrod's Furniture is having a great sale on its Lazy Boy recliners. We have teamed up with Lazy Boy to get some terrific savings on our in-stock recliners. Lots of fabric and lots of colors on Lazy Boy's best-selling product. And remember, layaway is available at Elrod's Furniture. Things have changed since the first recliner came out in 1928. For over 80 years, the Lazy Boy brand has been synonymous with comfort and quality. With Lazy Boy's patented 3-position leg rest, independent back recline, and 18 tilt positions, you will get the comfort and support you want. So come in and see why Lazy Boy is endorsed by the American Chiropractic Association for its back and lumbar support. Come in for a no-pressure shopping experience at Elrod's Furniture, Big Spring's oldest, largest, finest furniture store with the best brands and best prices at 2309 Scurry Street.
Choate Well Service has lots of equipment for your water well needs. We drill water wells that are always cased and gravel packed to keep the well from caving and sanding in. Choate Well Service drills and finishes a well to state specifications for oil well sites and domestic applications. For your water well needs, call us. Choate Well Service, 393-5231. We're the best in the business.
My name is Phil, and this is my lawn road trip. Fina is now on. You and I are traveling to each store, bringing in a name, new signs, and a new attitude. Follow me at mylawn.com. Enter to win free gas and prizes. Play our Facebook games. Apply for an Alon credit card at mylawn.com. mylawn.com. Enter to win free gas and prizes. Play our Facebook games. Apply for an Alon credit card at mylawn.com. mylawn.com. And I'll see you along the way.
All the reasons to drive only a mile for a smile. Compare our prices. See for yourself. We have the best deals available. Buy local. Receive first priority service. The sales staff are eager to put you in a new or used immaculate vehicle. Come to Pollard, 1501 East 4th Street. They've been making drivers happy for 53 years. Drive away happy. Chevrolet. Find new roads.
Stellar Automation, your automation and instrumentation specialists, are celebrating their 3rd year serving West Texas and Southeast New Mexico. Proudly headquartered right here in Big Spring, Texas, they continue to provide unmatched customer service, reliability, and response time. From well site to collection and disposal, Stellar provides a full turnkey solution for control and monitoring, saving you time while reducing costs. Monitor your production from anywhere in the world. Bring your field into the 21st century with Stellar Automation, 517-4502.
It's finally open. Westover Pharmacy. Now open on the corner of Westover and FM 700.
Cool.
Westover Pharmacy was designed for your convenience with the drop-off and pickup windows located on separate sides of the building.
Cool.
And if you don't want to pick up, Westover Pharmacy will deliver your prescriptions to you for free.
Cool.
Swing by and say hello to pharmacist Candy Alleman and her friendly staff at Westover Pharmacy.
Hello.
Now open on the corner of FM 700 and Westover. Westover Pharmacy, part of Leonard's family of pharmacies.
Did you know that your smile is one of the first things people notice about you? Did you know that an attractive smile not only helps you socially, but it significantly enhances your lifetime earning potential? When you smile, are you leaving a great first impression? This is Dr. David Ward, and I practice comprehensive general dentistry in Big Spring. My team and I can help you or your child achieve a great smile. We provide orthodontics with both braces and clear aligners, implants, beautiful white veneers, crowns and fillings, and several levels of bleaching. Lots of options to suit your cosmetic needs and budget. Now we even offer free cosmetic previews with a program that shows you how great you will look with a beautiful smile. See our website, davidwarddds.com, for more information. Remember, when you smile, the world smiles back at you. This is Dr. David Ward, gentle, beautiful, high-tech dentistry right here in Big Spring.
Established almost 80 years ago, the Parks Agency is one of the oldest privately held insurance firms in the state of Texas. Hi, I'm Mike Richardson. Having lived in Big Spring all my life, Big Spring is my hometown. I encourage the growth we are seeing, but I also want to keep things local. We represent a variety of different insurance companies, so we can compare coverage and price to give you, the customer, the absolute best possible value. So instead of being tied down to only one insurance company, come by 900 Main and let us show you the difference of going with an experienced local independent agent.
With the news you need, when you need it. Howard County's news leader, your K-Best Radio Group News.
Good morning. This is Alex Huddleston with your K-Best Radio Group News for Tuesday, July 22nd. KBST News Time is 7:09 a.m. It is currently 80 degrees here at the K-Best studios. We'll have your Pinpoint 7 weather forecast coming up in just a moment. But first, earlier this morning, Big Spring residents were alarmed when an apparent accident occurred at the intersection of Douglas Street and 15th. This was the culmination of a chase between Big Spring Police Department and a parole violator who cut off his ankle bracelet. Early details are scarce. A full press release is expected to be issued by Big Spring Police Department later this morning, but it is confirmed that the chase ended in the van, which was being driven by the suspect and could possibly be a stolen vehicle, smashed into a tree in the yard of a home near the intersection. One other vehicle was damaged in the incident, a white truck. At the moment, it's believed that the parole violator was on drugs, possibly even methamphetamine, although Big Spring Police Department has not confirmed that. The humanitarian crisis occurring along the Texas border continues to escalate, as yesterday Governor Rick Perry announced that the National Guard is being dispatched to the Texas-Mexico border.
This is about border security. This is about giving Steve McCraw's personnel at the Department of Public Safety the needed assistance so that they can follow through and stop the criminal activities that are going on there. As the brave men and women of our Border Patrol are pulled away from their law enforcement duties to give humanitarian aid, drug cartels, human traffickers, individual criminals are exploiting this tragedy. This will help combat the brutal Mexican drug cartels that become criminal aliens within our borders.
Concern has been raised about militarization of the border, but the General Adjutant of the Texas National Guard, John Nichols, says the deployment of the Guard to the border is not going to be used in that capacity.
Technically speaking, if we were asked to, we could detain people, but we're not planning on that. We're planning on referring and deterring. So deterring them with a visible presence and referring any people that we see that we think are illegal immigrants to DPS.
The National Guard can be mobilized by state governors if a declaration of a state of emergency is made, but when they're mobilized by the governor, then Texas is responsible for the cost of their activities. The estimated price tag for patrolling the border with guardsmen is almost $12 million per month, but Perry has said that he intends to ask the federal government to cover this cost. According to the White House, the numbers of unaccompanied minors coming across the border are dropping. In a daily briefing, the average this month was said to be around 200 children lower than last month, an average of 150 per day compared to more than 350 per day in June. Later this week, President Obama will host a White House meeting with the presidents of El Salvador, Honduras, and Guatemala to attempt to find a solution to this problem. The Northside Movement received some much-anticipated news yesterday as they were informed that their request for 501c3 nonprofit status had been approved. This means the Northside Movement can now receive unlimited funds from donors, tax-free, and all donations are able to be deducted as charitable contributions. This opens up several new options for the movement's fundraising activities. And speaking of, coming up next Saturday, August 2nd, the Northside Movement is preparing for a flea market in Burt Andrews Park. They've got several events and vendors lined up, and will have everything from dance performances to free haircuts to fresh fruits and vegetables on sale. For more information, you can check out their Facebook page. Just search for Northside Movement. In obituaries, Nell Marie Coots, 97, of Stanton, died last Thursday in a Stanton nursing home. Funeral services will be held 10 a.m. this morning at the Nally Picklin Welch Rosewood Chapel, with interment to follow at Mount Olive Memorial Park. And James Turner, 86, of Big Spring, died Sunday at Parkview Nursing and Rehab. Graveside services will be held 2 p.m. Thursday at West Lawn Cemetery in Borger, Texas. Arrangements are by Myers & Smith Funeral Home. KBST News Time is 7:13 a.m. This portion of your news has been brought to you today by Myers & Smith Funeral Home. We'll return in just a moment with more news, sports, and weather right after this.
We have a promise to keep with this community. Our pledge of respect for your family and your needs in every funeral arrangement.
A funeral is a time that calls for consideration.
For that reason, we won't consider anyone else.
For a full range of services with sensitivity, compassion, and respect.
Myers & Smith Funeral Home and Chapel.
KBST News Time is 7:14 a.m. The Hangar 25 Air Museum is getting ready to reopen. The museum has been closed for the last few weeks while repairs took place on the floor of the hangar, but those repairs are concluded. The planes are being wheeled back into place, and tomorrow the grand reopening is expected to begin. The Crossroads Young Marines are preparing for another boot camp to be held this year. The 4th boot camp year for the association is planned for August, and sign-ups are available now. For more information or for an enrollment packet, you can check out their website, crossroadsym.org. Or for more information, you can contact Carrie Rodman at 432-517-4791. In sports, in Major League Baseball last night, the Texas Rangers had a good evening in Yankee Stadium as they defeated the New York Yankees. Final score 4-2. Tonight they have Game 2 in that series at 6:05 p.m. You can tune in to the Mighty 1490 KBSD AM for full coverage. And the Houston Astros did not play last night. They had yesterday off to recover from their series against the Chicago White Sox. Tonight they start a new series against the Oakland Athletics. In minor league baseball, last night the Midland Rockhounds had a tough start to their series against Frisco as they fell to the Rough Riders. Final score 6-1. Tonight they've got Game 2 in that series as well as Game 3 as they'll make up for last month's postponed game against Frisco with a doubleheader this evening. Game 1 will begin at 5 p.m. tonight. KBST News Time is 7:16. We'll be back with your full Pinpoint 7 weather forecast right after this.
Pastor Courtney Ballard and the good folks at the Circuit Riders Cowboy Church of Howard County would like to invite you and your family to their Sunday worship services at 10 o'clock. Bible study begins at 9. Cowboy Church is located south of Big Spring at 5108 Nickel Road, and that's across the street from the Elbow Elementary School at the corner of Farm Road 818 and Nichols Road. Dress is casual. Come join us for old-time gospel and country songs. Looking forward to seeing you on Sunday.
The forecast you need when you need it. K-Best Weather.
In weather, today's high is estimated at 100 degrees. Tonight's low, 75. Mostly sunny skies for this week. No sign of precipitation in the forecast. Just high temperatures in the hundreds and steadily climbing with a possibility of hitting 103, 104 by the end of this week. Mostly sunny skies. There is a chance we might see a bit of cloud cover today or tomorrow, but by Thursday, that's expected to clear out. KBST News Time is 7:17 a.m. Coming up, we've got local birthdays and the sweetheart of the day on Gooney in the Morning here on KBST. Don't forget, this portion of your news this morning has been brought to you by Circuit Riders Cowboy Church of Big Spring.
This is your Action News reporter again at the scene of Back in Motion Chiropractic, where another amazing incident seems to have occurred. Pardon me, sir. Did you see what happened here at Back in Motion?
Yeah, I did. He looked like an ordinary man, but I believe he was a superhero. He took Ethel's head and adjusted her neck real gentle-like, and she came out a-smiling. Took her pain away in a flash. Come back here, Ethel!
There you have it. Pain has once again been eliminated at Back in Motion Chiropractic.
It's high summer, so you ought to hightail it out of town and do something fun. You like lakes, rivers, and streams? There are plenty of them in Texas. You like mountains? We have 100 of them over a mile high. Like the beach? We've got 400 miles of shoreline. You like camping? We've got 55 state parks and 2 national parks. So go somewhere. Make sure your vehicle is in good shape. If you need a part, call Westex at 263-5000. They're the folks in the know when it comes to auto parts. Snyder Highway, Big Spring.
When life seems out of focus, it could be your vision. Fish Ophthalmology can help with routine exams, contact lens fitting, eye infections, even foreign body removal, all under one roof. Fish Ophthalmology offers a full-service optical shop with a large selection of frames, including designer frames like Jimmy Choo, Tura, Harley-Davidson, Puma, Guess, and many more at surprisingly affordable prices. Fish Ophthalmology offers superior products and service from their highly trained staff members to state-of-the-art Hoya Freeform IQ technology for greater optimization and clear, precise vision in all directions. So if you notice a change in your vision or just need a routine eye exam, contact board-certified Dr. Larry Fish of Fish Ophthalmology, providing total eye care at 432-267-3649, or stop by Fish Ophthalmology at 207 East 7th Street, just around the corner from the KBST studio. Fish Ophthalmology, clearly the right choice.
All right, here we go. Hold your ears, folks. It's showtime.
It's showtime!
All right, showtime.
Showtime. Showtime.
It's showtime. It's showtime.
Showtime. Showtime. Let's bring it in. It's showtime, right?
Hurry it up.
Broadcasting live from the K-Best studios in the Spring City. It's a morning show you wake up to hear. Gooney in the Morning with Gooney.
It's hard to think of words in the morning.
And Heather.
And I'm dyslexic and ADD. Yeah. Whoa.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That escalated quickly.
Are you ready?
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
Sunshine, she's here. You can take a word.
Welcome to Gooney in the Morning on KBST AM and FM. It is Tuesday, July 22nd.
Like I don't care, baby, by the way.
7. Got Charles Segona with us this morning.
What's going on?
It's Tuesday, man. Heather's in the house.
Hey, guys.
Gooney here with you, getting you up on your way to work this morning. We started Arizona.
What?
School in Arizona.
I bet they're gonna get out like.
I don't even know how they're.
First.
I don't know how they're going to school right now. I saw a weather report that showed that it's like 118. I'd call in melted.
Crazy.
It is.
No, not doing it.
Our school just.
All this. Buddy, it's time.
We need to get that song from Adam Sandler, Back to School.
I sing that to my kids about every other day.
Okay.
As I'm dropping them off at daycare, that's what I sing
Back
to
to
them.
school.
My Chloe loves that song.
They're getting ready. They're amped up.
Yeah, Kellen starts kindergarten this year, guys.
That's exciting.
Yeah, that's No, I'm getting old.
No, it doesn't
Makes
matter.
me feel horrible.
Your child is growing.
That's so sad. It's so sad. I don't know. It makes me feel sad. And my heart hurts a little bit. Kids growing up. We got some birthdays. Heather, you put a birthday on here, didn't you?
I did. I want to wish a very happy birthday to a good friend of mine, Mark Trevino.
Yeah, happy birthday, Mark. Mary Zitterkoff also put a birthday on here. Happy birthday to Taylon Kincaid. Happy birthday, Taylon. If you're having a birthday or anniversary out there today, we here at Gooney in the Morning want to wish you a very special birth-anniversary. There's some celebrity birthdays here. Did you know Selena Gomez is 22?
Is she?
Yeah, she's 22 years old today, yeah. Tim Brown, he was one of my idols growing up. I was a receiver in high school.
Right.
Tim Brown, Oakland Raiders, turned 48 today. 48 years old.
He's getting on up there.
Yeah. So is Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels turns 49 today.
The WWE star?
Yeah, the Heartbreak Kid.
Yeah.
He's from San Antonio.
Is he?
Yes.
Wow. Nice. That's a Texas guy. David Spade. 50 years old.
Wow.
I love David Spade.
50 years old,
awesome.
David Spade. I got a buddy that reminds me so much of David Spade. Shout out.
I don't think anybody's ever made as much money off of being sarcastic as David Spade.
My favorite movie of his is Benchwarmers, hands down. Benchwarmers.
That's a good one right there. It's also John Leguizamo's birthday. He turns 50 today. That guy's hilarious also. He does a one-man show, comedy show that is just hilarious. Oh, that guy's
Amazing
great.
movie.
Don Henley from the Eagles turns 67 years old today.
Wow.
Here's a good one right here. Danny Glover, 68. 68 years old, Danny Glover.
Haven't seen Danny Glover in a while.
He's been out of the loop for a while. So is this guy. Well, I don't know. I guess he's still doing Jeopardy, Mr. Alex Trebek. Does he still do Jeopardy?
He's doing every day.
He's 74 years old doing Jeopardy.
Every day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although Dan Patrick is doing Sports Jeopardy.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. He's not 74.
He's
not yet.
Bob Dole. It's Bob Dole's birthday. He's 91.
Bob Dole.
I haven't heard from Bob Dole in a while.
Yeah, I know it. Hey, Heather.
Yeah.
Who's the sweetheart today?
Our sweetheart today is Miss Stephanie Gonzalez.
Congratulations, Stephanie. Stephanie's going to be receiving a beautiful rose in a bud vase from the fine folks down there at Phase Flowers. If you happen to see Stephanie today, congratulate her on getting Sweetheart of the Day. Be sure to thank her for everything she does and give her $1. And remember, if you have a sweetheart in your life, it's real easy to nominate them for Sweetheart of the Day. You can either call us here at the station, 263-KBST, or you can go online to kbestmedia.com and just click on the Sweetheart of the Day.
It's just that easy.
It's real easy. And you'll make someone's day by doing this.
You really will.
Just giving them a rose.
Now, we were talking about events going on in the 6 a.m. hour. Another event that we hadn't talked about was Hangar 25 is having their grand reopening event, and it was postponed today. It was supposed to happen today, but it's going to happen tomorrow. So everybody that was planning on going to the Hangar 25 event, that's the story behind it.
If you've never been to the Hangar 25, you are definitely missing out on a treasure
cool.
that we have here in Big Spring.
I've never been.
You need to go, man.
Yeah, you need to go
amazing.
check it out.
I used to, whenever the first time that I worked at the refinery for the environmental company out there, the guy that I worked with, we would go to the hangar, like he was my boss, and he was like, hey, you want to go hang out somewhere else other than work? I'm like, yeah, why not?
Why not?
So we would go to like the state park, but we would go to the hangar museum every now and then, man. And it is just so cool. You actually get to like crawl up into an old like World War II style plane. You get to crawl up in the cockpit and all that and check out all the controls and play with everything, push all the buttons, because it's not going anywhere. It's only like it's like the first part of the plane.
Right.
But it's just cool that you get to crawl up in there and check it all out and see all the history. It was one of my favorite parts. There was just a cutout of a astronaut suit, and like you could stand behind it and you put your face in a little globe and take a picture. I don't know why that was my favorite part, but
That'd be smile, dude.
But yeah, it's a really cool.
Why is that not your profile picture on Facebook?
It used to be. I'm gonna have to put it there. But it's like I said, if you've never been, you definitely need to check out the Hangar Museum. It's really, really cool. There's a lot of awesome planes that are just hanging up inside there, and then you can go around. And, I mean, it's really cool for kids too. I think Courtney really enjoys it.
You've almost got me sold on it.
I'm telling you, it's really, really cool. I mean, that was something that it probably took me about 7-8 years before I ever went, and then I went and I was like, why have I not done this before?
Where has this been?
Really?
I said that the same as the museum. It took me a while. It didn't take me that long. I mean,
I love going to
6 months, but once I went to it, it was like, wow, this is here.
Yeah, our museum, our Heritage Museum, is
It's
really,
awesome.
really, it's really, really cool. And speaking of the Heritage Heritage Museum, they're actually doing summer art camp. If you just want to, right before school, get rid of the kids for a few hours a day, which I know it wouldn't bother me at all.
Is that even a question if you want to?
Exactly. But they're doing sign-ups right now at the Heritage Museum. The classes are going to be starting today, and it's starting at 1:30 today. It's going to, for ages 8 and 10, it's going to be today, and then on the 24th as well from 1:30 to 3. For ages 10 to 12, it'll be the 29th and 31st from 10 to noon. Ages 12 to 14 will be the 22nd and 24th from 10:30 to 11:45. So their classes start today as well. And then ages 14 and up, those are going to be 25th and the 26th of July from 1 to 4. Like I said, to sign up, all you have to do is go down to the Heritage Museum. It's $45. That includes 2 sessions and all the supplies. And snacks.
And snacks.
Love me some snacks.
Seems pretty cool. Geometric art, city skyline, collage workshop, can't see the forest for the trees, and trash to treasure workshop. I might want to take in some of these. I'm just a little too old.
Yeah.
Except for the trash to treasure workshop.
14 and up. That's up to however. I don't know. It doesn't say.
Up to Charles.
Up to Charles.
Up to Charles. I'm like the limit.
Yeah, right. But it's cool because they're going to have this reception and award ceremony on the 2nd of August between 1 and 2. So they'll display all art projects and all that stuff for the kids and give out awards and stuff like that. So it'll be a lot of fun. But like I was saying, here in Big Spring, we have some really cool treasures that a lot of people aren't even aware of or haven't checked out yet.
Right.
And the Heritage Museum, just like the Hangar 25, that's another one right there.
Yeah. That's, like I said, I've never been, but I think you got me just about sold.
Awesome.
You got a little bit more, push it over the top.
There we go.
No, that's it.
Charles, go to the museum. Jeez.
Just do it.
Something pretty cool that I ran across this morning that they're now doing in Washington, D.C. I don't know. It may just be completely dumb. I thought it was cool. I thought it was kind of funny. But they started this thing on the sidewalks in Washington, D.C. where they now have implemented a fast lane in the sidewalk.
Why do you need a fast lane on the sidewalk?
I guess they're in a hurry in Washington, D.C. I think the main reason was to cut down, I don't even know how to put this, walking accidents, because too many people are on their cell phones on the sidewalks in Washington, D.C., so it's starting to get clustered and people are running into each other, and it's causing people, I guess, to be late and not be able to get there as fast or whatever, but they now have 2 separate lanes, and there's one lane. I'll post the article and everything on Facebook. I'll put that on my Gooney on Air page, but you can see the picture. It's really funny because it's a sidewalk and it looks like a road. It's got the white painted markers, and on one side it says, let me see right quick if I can pull it up. On one side of the street it has a picture of a cell phone with the circle with the line through it, and it says no cell phones. Well, that's the fast lane. And then the other lane, it has a picture of a cell phone, and then it says cell phones, walk in this lane at your own risk. And then it has actual arrows to tell you which way to go, back and forth.
The fact that we have to have that just to walk down the street.
Well, that's America.
No,
America right there. Hey, we got Free Food Tuesday coming up on Gooney in the Morning. We got TSN right now on KBST.
Good morning. This is Morning News Break from the Texas State Network. I'm Chuck Martin reporting. Coming up this Tuesday, July 22nd.
I'm LP Phillips. He repeatedly abused women, and this jury had enough.
One Texas congressman wants to solve the border crisis by hitting Central American governments in the pocketbook. Michael Burgess has introduced a bill in the U.S. House to cut their foreign aid.
Figures cited in the newspapers of $500 per child per day as to the cost to the American taxpayers to taking care of these children. I did the quick math, and it comes out to about $15,000 a month. So why not ask for a remittance from the government to cover the cost of caring for their children in this country?
The money saved could then be redirected to assist states with the rising costs of caring for these children. One Texas county says it doesn't want any border children going to their communities.
Kaufman County commissioners passed a symbolic resolution saying they don't want any Central American children who've illegally crossed into Texas. The resolution was passed after Kaufman County Tea Party Chairman Ray Myers and others appealed to the commissioners, citing concerns to the public.
Regardless of if they're kids or whoever they are, we're just opposed to those people coming in because of the possibility of disease, things of that nature.
The resolution is purely symbolic and carries no legal weight. Joe Gomez, TSN News.
National Guard leaders are drawing up the rules of engagement guardsmen will abide by in preparation for deployment to the border. Now that Governor Perry has given the National Guard its marching orders, what will the 1,000 Guard personnel be doing? Attorney General and Republican candidate for governor Greg Abbott.
Their primary goal right now is assisting the Texas Department of Public Safety, and they will work in coordination with them.
The guardsmen will not be on patrol looking for undocumented migrants. Instead, they'll be caring for immigrants already here, freeing up the Border Patrol. Mark Jones with Rice University's Baker Institute is doubtful it will stem the flow of migration.
These individuals are giving themselves up as soon as they cross the border, so you really don't need National Guard troops down there to arrest people.
And many sheriffs on the front line of the immigration crisis say they were not consulted before the governor's announcement. Cameron County Sheriff Omar Lucio says if he had been asked, he'd have preferred hiring additional police and deputies. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office says a house has exploded. It happened before dawn about 40 miles north of Houston. Officials trying to determine if anyone was inside and what caused the explosion.
I'm Chris Schneider. The Cowboys head for training camp today.
Details ahead on TSN Morning News Break.
When all of a sudden you need a new transmission or engine for your pickup, those things are expensive. You're not always prepared to lay out that big sum of cash to keep the wheels rolling, but there's a way around that. Westex has used rear ends, engines, and transmissions that can save you money. Why buy new when used will do? Call Westex at 263-5000. The folks in the know when it comes to auto parts, especially parts for late model pickups. Snyder Highway, Big Spring.
The Paint and Safety Store at 201 South Benton is currently hiring for an inside sales position. We're looking for a self-motivated, outgoing individual to help with counter sales and data entry. We offer competitive pay and full benefits, including health insurance and retirement. Computer skills and a clean driving record are a must. We're willing to train, so come drop off a resume or fill out an application today at the Paint and Safety Store, 201 South Benton in Big Spring.
Robinson Jr. has been sentenced to 99 years in prison for beating and threatening his girlfriend last November. It effectively means Robinson is off the streets for the rest of his life.
Which is a great blessing. And I know that the survivor is much relieved, and we should all be relieved. We know that domestic violence doesn't just happen to the people involved. It's not just a private matter.
Susan Genevine, the executive director of the Genesis Shelter for Battered Women, says Robinson is one of those abusers who doesn't get it and was never dissuaded by hefty sentences given to other abusers. LP Phillips, TSN News.
Central Texas schools have grown by 90,000 students over the past decade. E3 Alliance Research and Policy Director Sean Thomas says 2/3 of those are low-income students, and the number of English language learners has doubled.
We've seen some great successes among those populations. For example, we've seen increases in graduation rates for low-income students and increases in higher education enrollment rates for low-income students as well.
Thomas says English language learners are on par with their native English-speaking counterparts when it comes to standardized testing. A not-so-encouraging result, though, for Texas in the annual Kids Count report released by the Annie E. Casey Foundation. Texas ranks among the 10 worst states on a variety of indicators of child well-being, coming in 43rd. According to that report, more than a quarter of Texas children live below the federal poverty line. The city of New Braunfels is suing to get the can ban reinstated, but outfitters like Shane Wolf of Rockin' Our River Rides say that they're trying to show it's not needed with an industry-led anti-litter program.
We're stationing people on Schlitterbahn's property and handing out mesh bags and taking their full mesh bags.
And Wolf says that rangers will also be ratcheting up their ticketing of individual litterers. A man who claimed to be a veterinarian is jailed in Houston. Wilfredo Gutierrez had been making house calls for over a year and had treated dozens of pets before HPD officer Suzanne Holyfield ran into him after neighbors complained about a dog with a broken leg.
But I just didn't feel like during the course of our conversation that these are the things that a veterinarian would have done. For example, if the leg was never x-rayed, I had a hunch that he wasn't a veterinarian.
In fact, Gutierrez admitted he was a fake. Nothing much is changing for veterans needing medical care, even though the VA remains under investigation. Round Rock Congressman John Carter says there is a solution.
A voucher system would be the way that we would be able to get them to private practice people, and I'm for it.
The Texas Medical Association has offered physicians who would see and treat vets away from clinics and presented that to President Obama, but so far, no response. 108-year-old World War II veteran Lucy Coffey leaves for Washington. She'll visit the memorial, the White House, and the Women's Veterans Memorial. Honor Flight Austin Director Alan Bergeron says that Sergeant Coffey received 2 Bronze Stars for Valor.
I served 20 years in the Marine Corps, and I know anyone who receives a Bronze Star medal had to do something very heroic.
And yes, Sergeant Coffey is the oldest living World War II vet and makes her home in San Antonio. Texas was number 1 in the number of hot car deaths between 1998 and 2013. Agriculture Commissioner Todd Staples says there are some simple preventative measures.
Parents can place a purse, backpack, briefcase, gym bag, or even a cell phone in the back seat of their car. It should be something that you'll need at your next stop and can serve as a great reminder that your child is present in the car, as crazy as that might seem.
And Staples says if you do find a child that may be at risk of heat stroke, don't fail to call 911 immediately. Up next for you this morning, we have Mike Rogers.
Chuck, imagine living in a town with a population of just 1. That would, by definition, make you the one.
Yeah, they tell me the richest and the poorest and the prettiest and the ugliest and whatever, that's me. I'm the only one here.
We'll have more coming up on the other side of the news.
And Chris Schneider has sports at Morning News Break for Tuesday, July 22nd. Continues.
From Benny, better buy from Benny, and you'll get a better buy.
Now, when we say you'll get a better buy at Benny Boyd, we mean it. But what exactly does a better buy mean for you? That's simple. It means Benny Boyd will beat any dealer's price in Texas on the new Chevy, GMC, Buick, or Cadillac vehicle. And he'll even deliver it right to your doorstep free of charge.
Ain't no better way to buy, so don't you even try to make it worth the drive.
That's right. You can buy your new vehicle over the phone at a guaranteed lower price and have it delivered at no extra charge. And we have over 800 cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from. You'll find the perfect vehicle at the better price. And that, my friends, is what the Benny Boyd Better Buy is all about. So come get a better buy from Benny Boyd in La Mesa at 2713 Lubbock Highway.
Better buy from Benny and you'll get a better buy. That's Benny Boyd, y'all.
Find new roads.
Welcome back to Morning News Break. Here's Mike Rogers with the other side of the news.
We told you a few weeks ago about the town of Mentone, the smallest county seat in Texas with a population of just 19. But believe it or not, there are places out there that make Mentone look like Times Square. But according to new figures from the Census Bureau, there's only one with a population of 1. How do you say this again?
Monowai.
Right. Monowai, Nebraska. That's where you'll find Elsie Eiler. Probably down at the tavern she owned.
About a block from my house. Right on the main street, only street.
That would be Highway 12, about halfway between Lynch and Verdell.
My family moved to a farm outside of town when I was about a year and a half old, so I've basically been in this area all my life.
Doesn't it get lonely, Elsie?
No, there's too many people coming and going all the time. That's why after my husband died, I stayed here, because there's never a day that I get bored.
Hey there, sister, Nebraska.
She says people come to Monowai from all over the world.
I've got A guest book has been signed. I've got Australia and Switzerland, Hong Kong, Singapore.
Just to soak it all in.
There are some old tumble-down buildings at various places, but nothing habitable. What a dump.
Then again, there are some advantages to this sort of existence. Are you the mayor?
Yep.
Are you the police chief?
Yep.
And the town clerk? And the dog catcher? She's also the oldest person in town. And the youngest.
Yeah, they tell me the richest and the poorest and the prettiest and the ugliest and whatever, you know. That's me. I'm the only one here.
And because of that, Elsie had to end our conversation to get ready for the lunch rush there at the Monowai Tavern. If one person shows up for lunch, that doubles the town's population.
That's right.
And I'm Mike Rogers with the other side of the news on TSN.
Chris Schneider's got sports.
Thank you, Chuck. Good morning. Baseball last night. The Rangers come from behind with 3 runs in the 6th. They beat the Yankees 4-2. Miles Michaelis getting his first win as a starting pitcher in the majors. Pitched into the 8th inning to get the win. Astros took the night off. They'll be busy on the road in Oakland tonight. As for football, it's coming fast. The Dallas Cowboys take a flight to training camp today. Their first practice in Oxnard, California will be on Thursday. Cowboys waived defensive tackle Chris Whaley and signed receiver Desmond Briscoe and also tight end Dallas Walker. The Texans have placed star linebacker Brian Cushing on the physically unable to perform list as he recovers from a knee injury. The Texans open training camp Saturday, July 26th. Chris Schneider, TSN Sports.
And recapping our top story this morning, Texas Congressman Michael Burgess says he's filed a bill that might get the attention of Central American leaders whose children have been streaming to the U.S. in recent months. Burgess's bill would cut foreign aid to help pay for the kids being cared for in the U.S. With Morning News Break, I'm Chuck Martin, TSN News.
If your business is expanding and you need working capital, a new building, some equipment, come to the State National Bank at 901 Main in Big Spring. We've been helping businesses grow since 1909. We're locally owned and operated. Whether you're in agriculture, construction, or the oil business, we can help. The State National Bank, people you know, tradition you trust. Come see our newly remodeled bank, voted the best bank in Big Spring. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Stellar Automation, your automation and instrumentation specialists, are celebrating their 3rd year serving West Texas and Southeast New Mexico. Proudly headquartered right here in Big Spring, Texas, they continue to provide unmatched customer service, reliability, and response time. From well site to collection and disposal, Stellar provides a full turnkey solution for control and monitoring, saving you time while reducing costs. Monitor your production from anywhere in the world. Bring your field into the 21st century with Stellar Automation, 517-4502.
Has this ever happened to you? You take a prescription to the pharmacy inside the big supercenter, and after waiting in line for 30 minutes, the guy tells you it'll be ready in an hour. So you come back and you wait in line again for what seems like an eternity till it's finally your turn. Yay! Except your prescription still isn't ready. Oh! Well, stop waiting in line. Leonard's will deliver to you for free. And insured prescriptions are the same low price at Leonard's as they are at the supercenter. Leonard's, same low prices, but with free delivery. Leonard's Pharmacy is just better.
Healthy cattle are the foundation of a safe food supply, and the Beef Quality Assurance Program helps farmers, ranchers, and dairymen provide the highest level of care for our cattle. This is Baxter Black with a good word about our BQA program, which tells consumers we're working hard to deliver a safe and wholesome product. So get involved with your state BQA program by visiting BQA.org. Paid for by the Beef Checkoff.
Attention employers, get your staff members in, out, and back to work. There is now one place in Big Spring to send your employees for testing. West Texas Injury Prevention, a subdivision of Back in Motion. Our healthcare professionals are here to help employers screen existing and potential employees for health risks. West Texas Injury Prevention performs employee physicals, drug testing, EKGs, flu vaccines, TB and hepatitis screenings, weight limit testing, breath alcohol, digital x-rays, even DOT exam. The advantage to West Texas Injury Prevention is that all of the testing is in one location. Just one. No traveling around or waiting around. In fact, with rapid e-screen, negative drug tests come back in just 5 minutes. West Texas Injury Prevention will even go to your business. Get your employees in, out, and back to work. Get physical with West Texas Injury Prevention. Next door to Back in Motion at 12th and Scurry. Call 264-1920 to set up an appointment today.
Waking you up since 2013. It's Gooney in the Morning.
Oh! Welcome back to Gooney in the Morning on KPST AM and FM. You've got to go watch the video from today's show.
You got to go.
You are missing out on some hilarious stuff going on in the background here. Just go to kbsmedia.com. Click on the YouTube button that's at the top right hand of the homepage there, and it'll take you to our YouTube page. And every show is just labeled Gooney in the Morning with the date. So look for today's show. Oh, it's some funny stuff. We got Charles Segona with us this morning.
What's going on?
It's a Tuesday. Heather's in the house.
Hey, you guys.
Just getting down over there. That song's hard not to dance to sometimes.
I just keep reading your country club.
My country club?
When you were trying to write country club and you wrote clud.
Okay, well, there's a reasoning behind this. Look, Charles has to see what I did there. I was coming in, I was going to write down, it's the night in New Orleans. It's coming up the 26th there at the country club. And I was going to write down at the top that it's at the country club because it didn't say that anywhere in there. And I was wondering where it was at. But I was trying to write it upside down. So I wrote at country club with a D.
Just marked it out. Club.
Looks like some dyslexia happened there.
A little bit. Get all mad and throwing stuff.
What's wrong with dyslexia?
I didn't say anything was wrong. You should be more understanding about that, Heather.
You should.
It's a serious thing.
It is. But yeah, there is the night in New Orleans coming up at the country club. 26, so it's coming up this weekend. It's going to be cool. It's night in New Orleans. There's going to be a Cajun-inspired buffet, entertainment by the 24K band. You can make your reservations now by calling out at the country club. It's $45 plus tax and service per person. The cocktails are going to start at 6:30. Dinner's from 7 to 8, and then a dance is from 8 to 11:30. Dress up like Mardi Gras is what I'm saying.
Does it say that, or are you just saying that?
I'm saying that. I would.
I just took the conclusion from the masks on the flyer.
Yeah, get those masks. What do you call those again, Charles?
They're Mardi Gras masks, masquerade masks.
Masquerade mask, yeah. Yeah, dress up and go. Are you going to go out there?
I don't know, but I'm probably not dressing in a masquerade mask.
Oh, you're not going to, man. Come on, you can do that.
Man.
That'd be fun. No, it's going to be a fun event.
I'd be the only person.
Maybe.
I'll
do it with you.
Okay. Let's do it.
He's in. I also got today's edition of You're Doing It Wrong.
Let's see.
This one is it's someone famous too. This happened yesterday. Donald Trump tweeted the following, and this is quoted. Many people have said I'm the world's greatest writer of 140 character sentences. And of course, because in Twitter, that's all you can use is 140 characters.
Unless you use that add-on.
Yeah, right. But yeah, he put that he's the greatest writer of 140 character sentences, and the internet just let him have it. If you're on Twitter, go follow Donald Trump just so you can see what everyone's putting on there.
Don't do it. Don't do it. That is what he wants you to do. He wants you to follow him.
Okay, don't follow. Just search him and just go like. There you go. But some people, I mean, they're getting pretty hardcore on him. Some people are saying many people have been wrong before Donald. Some people said the voices in your head don't count. Did they say this before or after you signed their paycheck, Donald? So Donald, social media, yeah, you're doing it wrong. Social media.
I think he's probably going to get in a lot of people. I'm gonna contend with you a little bit on this.
That's what he's trying to do.
I think that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to stir the pot. He's also trying to buy an NFL team right now. He's trying to buy the Buffalo Bills.
Why?
That's
Why would
the perfect
anybody
team,
listen,
Donald Trump.
buy the Buffalo Bills?
There are two groups that are kind of the final two groups trying to buy the Buffalo Bills that are up for sale, and it's John Bon Jovi and it's Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people think that Donald Trump will never be able to buy a team, kind of like baseball locked Mark Cuban out.
Right.
All sports are trying to lock Donald Trump out.
Wow.
I wouldn't want Donald Trump.
They're okay with John Bon Jovi, though.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
He owns an AFL team in Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Soul. and they're saying he knows his stuff.
Yeah, the Soul, they won a championship.
Yeah.
Didn't they? Wow. Go Bon Jovi.
So, but yeah, he's just trolling is what they call it in internet lingo. He's trolling.
He's trolling.
I was gonna start singing. You're halfway there. I don't know why. It was gonna happen.
They see me trolling.
That's what he's doing. He's trying to get people to follow him. He's trying to get views.
Wow. Well, somebody that's doing it right is Toyota right now.
What is Toyota doing?
Toyota, they have their new minivan, right, that they're releasing, and they're putting something that's pretty awesome in it.
You've kind of lost me already, because that minivan, I'm thinking you're doing it wrong.
Well, hear me out on this. Okay, when you have a minivan, you obviously think of people with kids.
You know what I think of? I think of Toyota's last commercial, which was they showed the old school minivan with the wizard painted on it, smoke coming out the windows.
Yeah.
And then it goes straight to a modern day minivan with a soccer mom in it. That's what I think of when I think of minivan.
Oh, wow. Well, think of this minivan with a microphone in it that you can make it easier to yell at your kids, because that's what Toyota's done. They put a microphone in the driver's seat now to where it amplifies your voice through the speakers in the back to where you don't have to scream anymore when your kids are acting up, jumping around and acting like fools.
I'd have my windows down all day yelling at people.
Just cranking up the speaker.
They don't know. They don't know where it's coming from.
It's not a megaphone, but you know what? If you hold up after work, Gooney and I, we can hook a megaphone up to the top of your car, and you'll be rolling around Big Spring like the Blues Brothers.
You just hear, it goes well with the air horns on my car.
Right. Also, this guy, in my opinion, this guy's doing it right. Charles, you think he may be doing it wrong. We talked about this a little bit before we came on the air, but this is Carlos Hilu. He's the second richest person in the world, a Mexican businessman. He's worth $80.3 billion. And he
doing
says
something right.
Yeah, he says the future of the world is to have 3-day work weeks, so we have a 4-day weekend, so we can spend our time with family and have fun like we're supposed to in life, not just working all the time.
I'm going to disagree. I can't afford 4-day weekends.
Why not?
I don't make enough money. I mean, maybe if I was the second richest person in the world, then I could afford that. But I can't afford 4-day weekends. I would go broke. I would be broke, and in the next 3 days, I would have nothing to do.
See, that's the thing. If you're okay with not doing anything, then that's fantastic. Because I wouldn't mind just lounging around for 4 days instead of 2.
I would get bored.
Maybe.
I don't know.
You got Xbox.
Yeah,
I just put on some Madden. And
I don't know. I probably wouldn't be able to afford anything.
Yeah, but they're also saying that doing stuff like this, the bad side to it is that those 3 days you're going to have to work about 11, 12 hours a day those 3 days, and you're not going to be able to retire very early either, because you're going to have to work
until... We already work those hours.
Yeah, you're going to have to work until you're 70 or 75 years old just to make up for all the lost hours.
Right.
So no more retiring at 62 and a half years old.
62 and a half.
That's not going to happen anymore.
Does anybody retire at that age anyway? I mean, do you know anybody?
Yeah, they
My
do.
dad just retired. He's 62 and a half.
Yeah, that's what the retirement age was out at the power plant.
It seems like they're trying to push that back more and more, though.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love for retirement to be 29.
I guess you would.
Actually, I don't think I would love it, because I would have absolutely no retirement if that happened. I don't have anything built up, is what I'm saying. I haven't thought this through.
It's kind of sad. I'm laughing, but at the same time, it's kind of sad. I also want to give everyone an update. We are waiting on a press release from the events that happened this morning. But what we do know is that the residents of Douglas Street woke up. There was a bunch of police lights happening, and details, Alex Huddleston went to the scene this morning and found out that somebody who was in violation of their parole possibly cut off their ankle bracelet and got into a possible stolen van, went down the street and on a quick police chase and crashed the van. They hit a white truck as well. And right now, they said that they don't believe the incident has anything to do with last week's stabbing, but they're basically working this now, and it's still kind of a breaking news event. Yeah. And they're promising us a press release shortly, so we'll have that. Alex Huddleston will have all the details coming up at 8 a.m., and so just about 5 minutes for that.
Awesome. Great.
And so thank you, Alex, for covering that this morning. So a lot of people waking up in that area. Douglas and 15th is where it's at.
It's busy,
and there's a ton of police. If you want to see what it looks like, we have some photos put up on Facebook. And tons of cops and lots of things going on.
Definitely, and you can always go to kbestmedia.com to check out more. Let's give away some free food. You want to?
Yay!
We'll give away some free food at Brenda's Hilltop Cafe. Today is Tuesday, so the lunch special from 11 to 3 is chicken strips. And tonight from 4 to 8, all-you-can-eat pork ribs for $10.95 down at Brenda's, 1307 East 4th Street. We have our range, Heather. What is it?
Our range is 36 to 48.
There we go, 36 to 48. Give us a call, 263-KBST, 263-5278 for your chance to win free meal for 2 down there at Brenda's Hilltop Cafe. Hi, you're on Gooney in the morning. What's your guess?
Let's see, 37.
It's going to be higher than 37. Give us a call back. Thanks. 263-KBST. So it's going to be higher than 37, between 37
and 48.
And 48. And I'll remind everybody, today on Community Calendar, we're going to have Logan Henry on. He's got another lemonade stand coming up August 2nd. That's pretty exciting.
An impressive young man.
Yes, really, really impressive.
I got to see Logan last Friday.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Hi, you're on Gooney in the morning. What's your guess?
45.
It's going to be lower than 45. Give us a call back, 263-KBST, 263-5278. 37 and 45. Narrowing it down now. It's for a free meal for 2 down there at Brenda's. Hi, you're on Gooney in the morning. What's your guess?
43.
It's going to be a little lower than 43. Give us a call back.
And I'm going to ask everyone to turn your radios down a little bit because it does make that feedback, unfortunately, when the radio's up. But, yeah.
37 and 43, 263-KBST. Hi, you're on Gooney in the morning. What's your guess?
42.
Yay! Congratulations. Who are we talking to?
Nellie Robles.
Nellie Robles. Well, what are you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm retired. I'm just listening to the radio.
Well, that's what we like to hear, Nellie. You know where the KBS studio is located?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, you can come down between 9 and 5 Monday through Friday to pick up that free meal at Brenda's. Thank you so much for listening, Nellie.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a great day. Love some numbers game.
And we were just talking about retirement, too.
Yeah, we were. What was your favorite part of today's show?
I think my favorite part of today's show was talking about retirement.
Yeah, it's always fun. What about you, Heather?
The numbers game.
Numbers game. You know what mine was? Mom, that seat belongs in a Chevy. Talking about my mom's awesome bike.
That's a saddle.
Yeah, it was huge.
Like a tractor seat.
That's basically what it was. Yeah. It was just one of those tractor seats.
Is it yellow?
No, it was black, but I think it came off the lawnmower, the ride lawnmower, where I think it might have came from. I'm not sure.
It's probably more comfy than the standard seat, though.
Dude, you're right. Like, I should probably take my mom's advice and just use that bike seat or that truck seat, whatever.
You probably should.
Saddle, either way.
Either way, it was funny, and it made us laugh. And remember, if you're not laughing, you're not living.
Hair by Jose. Big city styles, small town prices. Have you seen Hair by Jose's new studio in downtown Big Spring? Hair by Jose is at 109 East 3rd Street and carries top-of-the-line hair products including TG, Bedhead, and S Factor. Hair by Jose. Big